God, I'm never gonna get tired of that really, really good title music. What? Well, this is a little awkward. December. It's Christmas! Hey, it's, Miss Bound.
Oh, Mr. Fender, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday.
She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Karma finished interrogating you?
Yes, though he really only seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures.
Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroa, too?
Yes, I'm terribly worried about him.
Oh.
Detective Bad, what are you doing back there?
Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene now soon.
Not sure how anyone just happens to be at a detention center, but okay. Whoa! What happened to your hair, bro?
Good morning.
Mr. Tangaroa, what happened to you?
Oh no, Samson, what did they do to you?
They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. They're not letting you sleep?
That's not police work, that's torture! What's going on here, Detective Bad?
I'm not the one doing the interviewing. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods about as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help.
It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now if it weren't for him.
This literally strikes me as right out of Von Karma's playbook. He's not getting what he wants, so he's going to do everything in his absolute power to torture his target to the point where they will admit to anything. Literal police brutality, just the fact that this is something that does happen. Like, this is not me sugarcoating. I know for a fact that this happens to innocent people. The thing is, it also happens to guilty people too. It's inhumane.
Detective Bad really is trying to look out for Mr. Tangaroa in his own way, it seems.
God, man.
All right, Eddie. Let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaroa.
You got it, Mr. E. My notepad is at the ready.
Mr. Tangaroa, we found out quite a bit, if you'd like to hear it. Of course. Thank you.
Are you all right, Mr. Tangaroa? You seem kinda spaced out.
I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low.
Samson.
Do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost?
Yeah, don't we have like little candies? We do.
Huh? Is that chocolate? For me?
Oh, those are the chocolates
I wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tangaroa. But the rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame, but rules are rules, I suppose.
Do you have a lollipop on you, on you, Bad? There must be some way we can hand them to him.
I hope Detective Bad is noting the meaningful looks in his direction.
Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect.
Thank you, Detective Bad.
My hero!
I'm touched. Thank you, Detective.
Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Here.
You don't know how much this means to me.
Yeah, keep it down, will ya? For both our sakes.
Of course, Detective. I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now, to sample these treats. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot.
I didn't do it for you. It was my call.
Guess you're not such a bad guy after all!
Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Were they your handiwork, Judy?
Yes. How were they?
Feel them melt, soft and smooth. This is the. I feel like this is a little bit more. This is a much more alive animation set in comparison to. Oh fuck! I've already forgotten his name. He escaped the prison. God damn it! Ear to ear, head to toe, smile and savor the taste as it flows. Is his hair gonna turn back to normal?
Delicious! No, not exactly beautiful, but the sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy.
I'm so glad you like them.
And I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from sheer despair.
Wow. Is the food here really all that bad?
Just the usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that.
Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing.
What? Whoa, hold on. I couldn't taste a thing. Tasteless? That's suspicious.
Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene.
Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share?
Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Halik.
Artie Frost was Paul Halik? I never would have imagined.
Poor Mr. Halik.
So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh?
This all would certainly explain why Mr. Halik was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public.
He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. Bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now.
He never finished his greatest masterpiece?
Nah, seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations.
The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini?
So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set.
Yeah, and now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Miss Bound, I wasn't blaming you.
One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make. Which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt.
I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems.
Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest?
None. Guy didn't even tell his family.
I see.
Very secretive about that.
Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard, but I can't be hanging around here any longer.
Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly.
Bad being like literally one of the best characters.
He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in.
And to scare the pants off of anybody now who knew he meets.
Now, you're going to tell me about what you learned yesterday? Of course. Allow me to give you a full report. Thank you for that. And allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine, Mr. Tangaroa. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learned the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I ask you a question or two? By all means, I'll gladly share all that I can.
All right.
What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, and so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up to the semi-final. But, disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semi-final as well. Which was... it tasted identical to Mr. Frost's. They may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing.
Huh? And what exactly does work look like?
Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion.
I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth.
Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But, Mr. Frost's entry for the finals, that was truly sublime. So you were able to finish judging it, even though his body had been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened until after I'd completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit. A part of the leer, I believe. I'd never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. I'm sorry, but are you saying that the leer tasted good? I'd like to hear more about that, if you don't mind.
Okay, hold on a minute. Huh. Okay.
You're quite sure it was the leer you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case. Mr. Tangaroa, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the leer, the one shown here without any strings. Oh, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate. Oh! So the strings were missing because Mr. Tangaroa ate them all. And he... enjoyed them? Miss Scone told us she ate a part of the leader as well. But she said it was far too salty for her to finish. Then it's true! The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How so exactly?
There's a taste disorder characterized by an inability to detect salty flavors. Wait a minute, you can't taste salt? And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now.
That would explain why the food here seems so bland to him.
What? But your taste buds are your livelihood.
Even if there was some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for a proper evaluation.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back at my mansion.
You do?
I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like.
Samson, we can't show that recipe to just anybody.
Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney, and I have no secrets from him.
Yes, you're right, of course. If that is what you wish.
What on earth is this secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding?
Huh.
Well, I suppose I should be getting back.
All right, we'll be right behind you.
Judy,
Yes, Samson?
there's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around.
Don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting, right there at the mansion until you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bound!
Judy.
Jeez. Whoa. She seemed really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why'd you even say all that to her?
Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own.
What do you mean?
The Holly collection. The candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want is for her to miss out on all that life has to offer because of me.
I guess that makes sense. Damn.
He really does see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path? And what parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment.
Stop tearing my heart to pieces!
I think I've asked of you everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroa. We should be getting back to the scene of the crime.
Oh, you're leaving?
I see.
I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session.
Yes. We'll have to do something about that.
You'll speak to the police for me.
That too, but I'll be putting something else in place as well. An ace up our sleeve for when the time comes.
I look forward to learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangaroa, every day. Oh, and Judy too.
Thank you, Eddie. I look forward to it.
Mr. Tangaroa, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts. And it will make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand. And I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that.
Now that's a defense attorney! Fuck yeah! Hey, Detective Bad. How's my second favorite detective? Yeah.
Detective Bad, thank you again for what you did earlier.
Yeah, thanks a ton!
What are you talking about?
There's no need to be shy about it.
Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here, looking to investigate some more? We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroa. Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, the whole place is on lockdown.
What? But we need to see those other rooms.
This is Mr. Von Karma's doing, I presume. Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too. And don't expect to speak with anybody, except us cops and Miss Bound. Everybody else is gone, and I doubt Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers.
Is this all just a game to him? Why does he have to go so far?
Because it is a game to him! It was never about justice!
So what's your plan of action, Detective? Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised. You have my gratitude.
Just you wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you and your bag of dirty tricks.
Detective, may we conduct a brief investigation of the area? Sure, but like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again. That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do.
Okay, so investigate the contest venue. Alright. Well, I did not mean to push you, Detective.
It seems these instruments are used on Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound's TV show Bacon Bop. There's some of the few things in here that aren't made of candy. Is it just me, or does the detective seem a little disappointed?
Oh, he's just a little bit. Hi, how are you? Authorized personnel only beyond this point, I'm afraid.
Meaning what? I'm not authorized?
Sorry, sir. No authorized personnel either.
So, nobody's allowed in.
Let me guess. Von Karma's orders? Guy's really starting to grind my gears.
Yeah, really.
These trophies all belong to Mr. Tangaroa. But they're not all for confectionery contests. Some appear to be for charity work. A testament to both his character and his professional achievements. What's this one here? In recognition of Bacon Bop's long-standing achievement in making children's dreams come true. That's so sweet. It's got me wanting to watch it.
Aww.
This is quite the trophy.
Awarded to Tangaroa. First place, International Confectioners Association Annual Spectacular.
It's made of candy. I guess it wasn't meant to last forever.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm sorry, what was that? Makes sense?
Listen, I got a lollipop in my mouth. What do you want from me? Makes sense. Prizes, fame, none of it lasts forever, right?
I doubt it's anything quite that deep. Where does this elevator go?
The second floor. Tangaroa and Bound live up there. Sounds like they live a pretty charmed life. Tea parties, candy making, that kind of thing. They even have a garden. Must be nice on a sunny day.
That does sound nice. Perhaps they'll invite us when all of this is over. You'd come, wouldn't you, Detective?
Don't get ahead of yourself now. I'm not in the habit of palling around with attorneys.
Ah, come on, you know you wanna.
That's the door. To Gusto's room.
I guess the candy reindeer is meant to show the way.
Big antlers like that must be a bull.
I think not. Male reindeers shed their antlers in winter. Therefore, this must be a female.
Well, thanks, Mr. Trivia. Attorneys.
They don't teach you about reindeer in law school, Detective.
Could you imagine if they did?
A Santa Claus statue. Is this made of candy too?
That door leads to Tangaroa's room. So yeah, could be he made that thing too.
Speaking of Santa, that reminds me. I still need to find a present for Miles.
No! Oh, stop! It's like every fucking time it's a stab at my heart! Why are you doing this?
He wanted an attorney's badge. I wonder if Mr. Tangaroa would make one out of candy for me if I asked.
Why are you doing this? Stop!
You're taking joy in my pain.
There's a drum set here decorated to look as if it were made out of cakes. They must play it on Bacon Bump. Detective, about these drums.
We already checked. There's nothing inside any of them. And no sign of anything having been put inside or taken out either. They're not relevant to the case.
You've already done your homework, I see.
I may like lollipops a little too much, but I'm no sucker.
Ooh, I like that.
A moment of your time, Eddie.
Sure thing, Mr. E. What's up?
Do you have any thoughts on the case?
Oh, you bet I do. Mr. Tangaroa's amazing display being used to store the body.
Miss Stone's beautiful dreamscape being used to store the murder weapon.
We're really seeing some beautiful things being used for ugly purposes on this case, huh?
I suppose we are.
And to make things worse, Miss Bound seems super down.
When I asked if you had any thoughts on the case, I was thinking more about useful insights.
Oh, sorry, Mr. E. Did I do something wrong?
I worry about you sometimes, Eddie. How are you liking your first crime scene investigation, Eddie?
Oh, it's great. I've been taking notes about everything, and I'm learning so much. I'm so happy you let me tag along, Mr. Edgeworth.
So, you want to be an attorney, huh?
You bet I do. I'd give anything to be a hero of justice, to help the helpless and fight for what's right. The first time I saw Mr. E do his thing in court, I knew I'd found my calling.
You know, cops look out for people too.
Sure, but I want to be an attorney.
Well, good luck to you.
Oh, you might. I was getting the same feeling, bud. Oh, that's cute.
I get the feeling Detective Bad might be pining for an apprentice of his own.
Ah, he totally would. That'd be adorable. That'd be fucking adorable.
This looks like a vital piece.
I was kind of hoping he might. Say something about Scone's testimony, but I guess not.
I was hoping you might have an opinion to offer.
Sorry, Mr. E. It's gonna take me a while to digest this.
Both he and his notes still have a long ways to go, I suppose.
Alright, well, alright. Thanks for your information, bud.
The statues on the fountain depict cherubs enjoying some chocolate fondue.
Paula Leake's work, apparently. Gotta hand it to him. They look so real.
Detective, are you saying you have personally seen cherubs before?
Attorneys, always poking holes in people's words.
What? Did I do something wrong?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating?
Sir, I'm analyzing the fountain water to see what might be in it, sir.
And what'd you find?
Chocolate, and what looks like the kind of flavorings and colorings used in frozen desserts, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tangaroa's work. And the flavorings and colorings match the profile of those used in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures.
Those little rivers flow from all 4 artists' rooms right here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in there.
And that's not all, sir. We've also found blood.
What? Why is there blood in the water?
Think back to our investigation of the murder scene, Detective. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd remove the blood along with the body.
The victim's blood was mysteriously absent, as was the part of the chocolate chest it had pooled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to
Artie Frost.
Take that!
The victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it with the blood on the murder weapon.
So that's how they were. That's probably how they were able to discard the evidence. The chocolate and the blood. Yep, I was right.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's.
But why would someone want to send the victim's blood downstream and into the fountain like this?
Huh. That is very concerning.
The sign shows which artist's work is on display in which room. From left to right, Mr. Tangaroa, Mr. Gusto, Miss Scone, and Mr. Frost. Incidentally, this sign is also made from candy. What were they going to do with all this candy? Was someone going to eat it when the contest was over?
That's a... Huh. You know, with the amount of candy in here, there's a high chance that a large amount of this would probably have gone to waste. Unless they donated to some sort of charity?
Scone's room is through there.
It's marked by a snowman. A candy snowman by the look of it.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll be.
He's really sizing it up. He isn't thinking of making that into his next lollipop, is he?
I might be. You can't prove it. What you gonna do about it?
Nothing actually. It's a Christmas tree made from candy.
These candy statues have everybody on edge. If ants get in here, that's our scene ruined.
Yes, it would be pretty disastrous, I suppose.
Imagine they have like a million different ant traps all like scattered.
There's a leer here, and some maracas designed to look like ice cream cones. They're so well made that it's hard to tell what's candy and what's not just by looking. I'd reach out and touch them, but then I'd be disturbing the crime scene.
Hands off! I already checked them out. They're real.
Check them out how exactly? Did you manhandle vital evidence, Detective?
I didn't touch them. Not with my hands, at least.
Did he? Never mind, I don't want to picture it.
Did you lick them? Bad?
Did you lick the crime scene?
Miss Bound? We're here to continue our investigation.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier.
She's still looking kinda down the dumps, Mr. E.
She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tangaroa had to say.
I found the photograph of the semi-final entries for you. Here, it's all yours.
Thank you. Whoa! Wow!
Wow! Miss Scone sure knows how to make a cute cake.
I'm sorry, I'm staring at Gusto's. Holy crap!
Yes, Samson loved her design for that one. And he loved the designs and flavors of Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries too. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, their respective entries for the final tasted nothing alike, it seems.
Was there anything else of note that changed between the semi-final and the final?
Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always here with him throughout the contest. But he was nowhere to be seen during the final.
Why would his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? You're sure you're happy for us to keep hold of this?
Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation.
Frost and Gusto's creations had different designs, but tasted the same. So either there is some tampering here, or that condition that Tangaroa has involving salt is involved here.
Ooh, and I also have the book containing the recipe for the cure Samson mentioned.
We've seen this book before.
Yeah, it was evidence.
It was in the chocolate frame in Tangaroa's room.
That's right. He put it on display there so that everybody could see the grand prize.
What? The cure's in the ultimate cookbook? So it's not a book of dessert recipes, I take it.
Oh no, we told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet.
So the contestants all knew that what the ultimate cookbook was this whole time.
A book containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items. Pharmaceutical items?!
I'd like to hear more about the cookbook, if you don't mind, Miss Bound.
Hold on a minute. Can I examine the book?
Damn it.
So, if I understand correctly, the Ultimate Cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines?
Exactly. Or rather, totally new medications that haven't been made it to the market yet, to be precise.
Is he? Wait a minute. Huh?
To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, it would be worth a fortune.
But why make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest?
Mr. Tangaroa is the sole heir to the Tangaroa family fortune. Perhaps you've heard of the Tangaroa group?
The Tangaroa group? Sorry, I'm only familiar with the Togami group. Yeah, I think I've heard of them somewhere before.
It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and poisons.
Oh yeah, that new Cold Killer Pro's been making some real waves since it went on sale. I always reach for a cold killer when I'm feeling under the weather.
Which is never, as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tangaroa group, if you don't mind.
Why am I doing the same hand motion that freaking Gregory's doing? Why am I doing this? Ugh. Anyway.
So, did Mr. Tangaroa not want to take over for his parents and go into the family business?
No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery. And his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world.
Wow. Rich and supportive? That's a bizarro concept.
Then, when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook.
But why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize?
He's been hounded by so many people looking to make that book their own. He was tired of it. But it would have been an insult to his parents' memory simply to give it away. So he decided to find somebody he felt was worthy of it.
I'll bet the board of directors loved that. Handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else.
They hated the idea, of course. Which is why Delicia entered the contest. The Tangaroa group wanted her to win the book back for them.
What? Wait! So, you knew she was a pharmacist all along?
Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's tastes. I tried to help her win.
But why?
I wanted to protect Samson by protecting the Tangaroa group. If that cookbook fell into another company's hands, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object to.
So that's how Miss Scode managed to make it so far in the contest she had no business taking part in.
You have... I understand it comes from a place of love and all that, but, like, you're going behind your adoptive father's back with this.
But Miss Scone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost wasn't really a confectioner either. And he still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad.
Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor and a gifted crafter of desserts, too.
Gifted indeed, judging by the standard of his work in the final. But how did one man produce pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time?
I'm not sure I have much more to tell you. But if there's anything else I can help you with, I'd be happy to, of course.
She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tangaroa. I could certainly use a cup of the tea you made us yesterday if you wouldn't mind. I think that might help move the investigation along nicely.
Ooh, I'll have some too! Your tea is to die for, Miss Bound!
Well, how could I possibly refuse? I'll bring it right out.
You know, I think that cheered her up a little.
Oh, wait, I didn't even talk to Detective Bad yet.
Shit!
We've learned a little more about the contest's participants. But there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto for which we never got an answer. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why.
Sure, I was... Silence! You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information.
What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the semi-finals. A confectioner who admits to lacking design sense and a sculptor with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such a high-level contest by himself. Which is why I'm beginning to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective, I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story still doesn't quite add up for me.
Me neither.
We need to figure out how to get in touch with him.
Oh? Do you now?
I knew it.
Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it.
Mr. Von Tama!
I'm already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto. So there is no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have.
He seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto. In which case... Fine. Then allow me to take you up on your offer.
Very well. What is it?
I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost.
Gusto and Frost's connection.
The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest.
And that's all.
That's all I have to say to you.
What? But that doesn't help us at all!
We'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something.
Yeah, no shit. It's Von Karma. He's never gonna be upfront with anybody. Oh my god, this man. Oh.
Hold it! Hold it!
Yes, there must have been a connection of some kind.
And if you would cease your baseless interruptions, I will happily tell you what it is. Huh. If this were a courtroom, I would have you removed for contempt.
But isn't that solely the judge's purview?
Yeah, a Judge Von Karma would probably have dancing to his tune.
What are you talking about?
What? Even judges are scared of him?
It won't be an easy trial, that's for sure. Please, Mr. Von Karma, continue.
Hold it!
You're being tight-lipped, my dude.
Granted, it may have simply been a coincidence that they both entered the same competition. But that doesn't rule out a connection of some other kind between the two of them.
I do hate to repeat myself, but if you do not have any pertinent evidence, then kindly keep your mouth shut!
Guess I'll just do as he says for now. At least until I find the evidence that proves Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's connection.
Still, the look in your eyes speaks volumes. We'll go on then, what are you trying to say?
Make up your mind, will you? Should I keep my mouth shut or not? It seems Mr. Von Karma is keen to keeping us away from the truth.
Which means the truth must be inconvenient to him somehow, right?
Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost had something in common. I just need to present the thing that they shared to Mr. Von Karma.
Well, obviously, it's this. Okay, so let's see. The connection between those two. Gusto and... Wait, hold on. Oh, there's a connection. Their things taste the same.
Objection!
I wonder if you could look at the two confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semi-finals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you say?
Huh. Get to the point.
As the nameplate suggests, these are Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusto told us that confectionery design was far from his strong suit. And yet his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's. Exactly as good, in fact. We learned from another witness that their two entries also tasted exactly the same.
What are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that they were helping one another out! Let's take a closer look, shall we?
Well, yeah, the orange flare-like work on the unicorn and the phoenix, they're basically similar, and also they're using the same flowers too. Oh my god, wow, they really are just like, huh. Wow, now that I started mentioning that stuff, I'm starting to notice a lot more that are the same. Huh.
While at first glance the two may appear to be superficially different, it soon becomes apparent that there are significant similarities in how they were put together. They are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive that the two are working together!
Huh. If you figured that much out, I suppose there's little point in denying it. Yep.
Mr. Von Karma knew all along that they were cooperating.
But I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage.
Alright. Oh, fuck, I just cracked my arm. That was not my arm, that was my hands. That was my knuckles, that was my neck. Ah!
Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final.
So, you knew that the two were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth?
Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It simply slipped my mind to explain that to you.
It doesn't explain why he's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what it is he's hiding. I can't let things end like this.
God, you're so delightful and you are so hateable. Ah! Hold it.
So you did know that there was a connection between the two. Why are you trying to hide it?
I don't just hand out information like candy, and certainly not to the defense. Not like that lollipop-nussing fool of a detective over there.
Hey! You do things your way, and I'll do them mine.
Huh. And you wonder why I refuse to share information with a traitor like you.
Hold it.
I love getting under this man's skin. It is satisfying. Last night, after Mr. Frost's work melted, correct?
Yes, I interviewed Gusto personally.
Yeesh, a one-on-one with Mr. Von Karma. That must have been terrifying.
I imagine Mr. Gusto probably meditated his way through the difficult parts.
He most certainly did not. Every time he closed his eyes, I brought him back with an almighty snap. No one dares to plead the fifth with me.
Did that even work on him?
And that is how I was able to perfectly learn every last detail of Gusto and Frost's relationship.
Hold it.
But why were they cooperating?
Gusto's sense of design is subpar, and Frost was an amateur confectioner at best. Neither of them stood a chance of making it through the contest alone.
So what was their end game? Why cooperate only until the day before the finals?
Gusto claims to have ended the scheme. Allegedly, he wanted to win the final on his own merits. His one and only goal really was to be crowned the world's best confectioner. And his pride would not allow him to do so with the help of another.
Cheetahs can only ever win hollow victories, I guess.
I was under the impression that their collaboration had only lasted through the semi-finals. But I'm starting to think it might have lasted up and through the final itself. Mr. Von Karma, I'd like to ask you some more about how long they worked together for, if you don't mind.
If you must. Gusto's sense of design is subpar, and Frost was an amateur confectioner at best.
Hold it.
Before you ask, I'm not objecting to your characterization of Mr. Gusto's design sense.
Yeah, he admitted himself he isn't all that great.
He made what he alleged to be a likeness of me. Huh. Just thinking of the abomination he came out with turns my stomach.
Yeah, I kinda like the guy's work.
An artistically rich amateur and an artistically impoverished professional. In a way, it was inevitable that they would wind up working together. The two cooperate until the day before the final, then decide to compete on their own merits.
Hold it.
You really believe that they were cooperating until the day before the finals, and then just simply stopped? That seems a little strange to me, wouldn't you agree?
I have told you the truth. Whether you find it strange or not is not of my concern.
He was concerned enough to try to hide it from me only a few minutes ago, though.
I love that smirk. I love that freaking smirk on his face. It is so...
Which means there must have been a reason for that. Based on Mr. Tangaroa's assessment, it sounded as though Mr. Frost's entry for the final was the clear winner.
Which means he must have still been working with Mr. Gusto, right?
That's precisely what I was thinking. I must have some evidence that proves they were cooperating right up through the finals.
Let's see. Oh, that's the connection. Okay. Let's see.
Objection!
Called it.
They weren't working together during the finals? I find that a little hard to believe. Miss Scone is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creation as scrumptious. And while he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely to me that he and Mr. Gusto were still cooperating during the finals.
How many times must I explain this to you? Assertions require proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame.
Is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs. That feels like it's... This feels like a backhanded compliment to your wife, but you're still you're still complimenting your wife, but you're calling her an amateur. But, this feels really weird.
How is that not an entirely subjective statement?
Furthermore, you're ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony. Namely, that she also describes some of Frost's work as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery. No more objections, I take it.
There must be some way I can prove that Gusto and Frost were still collaborating.
Mr. E? There's something that's been on my mind.
Yes? What is it, Eddie?
Mr. Frost's entry for the finals. Wouldn't it have taken a while to make?
I would imagine so.
Making flavored water, freezing it all, and then carving two sculptures? Could he really have done all that and help Mr. Gusto with his work?
Damn, Fender!
I mean, if it was me, I would have barely gone as far as the setting the flavored water up the freeze pot. I just can't see how Mr. Frost could have pulled it off.
Perhaps there's some loyalty instinct in you after all, Eddie. Your ponderings certainly point to another possibility. Eddie's right. Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large blocks of flavored ice to create his art. And there wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So, what must Mr. Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice entry within the time limit?
Make the ice the day before the final. That's the only time.
He must have made the flavored ice the day before. Then all he would have had to do was sculpt it.
What are you muttering about now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something, that's all. I realized that you're correct.
What? Mr. E?
To help you know what you're doing. Oh? Accepting defeat at last, are we?
The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze. And whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto!
Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me. That he helped Frost until the day before the final.
In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead.
Objection!
Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us. So why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as thorough as you claim?
Oh! How dare you call my methods into question!
That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would obstruct a perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me.
One good reason? Certainly. The how and why of Frost and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case.
Objection!
How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind this murder!
Could it indeed? Then why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did the man you seem so keen on accusing share the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions this time.
Mr. Gusto only acted suspiciously one time that we know of. And I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly what that suspicious action was. Which means this is probably a trap.
Well, cat got your tongue?
But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now.
This music is so fucking hype. Sorry. Okay.
Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him.
If that's your only concern, then allow me to clear it up for you.
I knew it. It was a trap.
I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this.
Oh. Oh, their kids were friends. Oh. Ooh, that changes things a little bit.
That's Gusto and Frost, and their sons.
I see.
Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph.
But why?
It seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned that the fact of Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. A concern that you have just proved is entirely well-founded. Gusto's actions make perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise. No!
He's never going to let me talk to Mr. Gusto.
Now, if you are quite done obstructing my investigation, there are things to be getting on with.
That smug, self-righteous jerk! I'll give him something to be getting on with! What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tangaroa's finished if we can't figure something out!
Things to be getting on with. What exactly could those things be? He has a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody. If the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tangaroa, surely they have all they need.
Oh no.
You see, my boy,
He has some traps to set up and some just tampering to do.
So why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime?
something on your mind, Mr. E?
We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with the prosecution of Mr. Tangaroa. And yet he still doesn't seem entirely confident of his case. If he was, why refuse to share information with Detective Bad?
Who else? I haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too.
24 hours post-murder and there's still no autopsy report.
In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to the evidence that went missing. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body.
Evidence that turned up not in Mr. Tangaroa's room, but in a most unusual place.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's.
Logic time?
So there were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Yet, we found some in the fountain instead. Why?
Huh. Well, the blood in the fountain is the missing victim's blood.
Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene. But traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene after the body had been discovered? And why only the blood? Surely the body would have also been in the way? Wait. Could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood?
Yeah.
He's starting to connect the pieces to know that Von Karma is intentionally changing details and tampering with everything. He's connecting the pieces that he's dealing with a horrible cheater.
So the body might have been moved aside, or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy report. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been that the body had been recovered by the forensics team. But what if that assumption is false? What if Mr. Von Karma wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What have we been thinking about this the wrong way around all along. The question isn't why did Mr. Von Karma hold back information about the body? It's did Mr. Von Karma even have any information about the body in the first place? How do things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it had already been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival.
Mr. E?
We've both heard the rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods. Fabricated witness statements, shitty deals, forged evidence even.
Well, sure, everybody's heard of that stuff, but what's that got to do with us right now?
I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone. Even Mr. Von Karma. I've tried my best not to let my preconceptions color our interactions with him.
And that's why you can tell Greg's a good man.
Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to twist the truth to his own ends.
This is satisfying. He has been, Gregory has been following things by the book. He has been doing his best to be a law-abiding citizen as a defense attorney. And he's dealing with somebody who's willing to pull strings and cheat. And now he's starting to come to the realization,
I see. I'm dealing with someone who doesn't play by the rules.
Twist the truth? You mean he's been playing dirty?
I fear he might have been, and still is. And I'm not about to let him get away with it!
I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney!
yes, sir! Hold it! Hold it!
Yes? What is it now?
I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us.
Really? You mean to call the methods of an officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you. If you obstruct the police and their work any further, there will be consequences.
Objection!
It's not the police that I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you!
What?
Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is?
What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what the prosecution's role is, or is not, with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects, and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect, unassailable cases.
Objection!
And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of whole cloth, perhaps?
Ha! And I thought you had outdone yourself already! But now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence?
I do. Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn!
What are you talking about?
You didn't shut him out of the investigation because you wanted to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out that you don't have the body!
What?
He doesn't have the body?
Ridiculous! You're clutching at straws! I will tolerate no more of your preposterous slander!
Then allow us to examine it! Prove me wrong, if you can!
I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I'm under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations one way or another.
Objection!
As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloodied chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear? And where did it go?
What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found. So what?
So what indeed? That's precisely my question. If the body was still at the scene when the police got here, removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any trace of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense.
What is this petty obsession with the blood stain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went?
Well, of course. After all, evidence is everything, as you never tire of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely.
Take that!
There.
Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain. Along with traces of the chocolate from Mr. Tangaroa's room. I believe the missing piece of blood-stained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows to the fountain. Which strongly points towards one certain fact. Someone purposefully disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. Mr. Von Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me!
You? Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry out that kind of analysis on the fountain water!
No, but I do.
Curse you, bad! You've been a thorn in my side from the moment you were assigned! Well, no longer! As of now, you're officially off the case!
I was barely on it in the first place. Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered?
It's really quite the claim, you know. One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid.
What must I do to get an answer out of him?
Now, if you don't mind, I've given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court, Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then. Nothing will.
Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma, your methods will be your undoing! No matter how you try to hide the truth, I'll bring it all to the light in the end!
Gregory! We stand by a king!
Forgive me, Detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position. Don't sweat it. It was always gonna end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing. I am, and I'll prove it in court. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. Since, you know, I'm off the case now. That's very kind, and I'm sorry to keep asking favors of you, Detective Bad, but there is one more thing.
Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret.
All right, Eddie. The detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Tangaroa acquitted. But I'd prefer to have an ace in the hole just in case.
And what is it?
You'll find out in the courtroom.
Wait, what? You're letting me join you?
Of course I am. You are my assistant after all.
I'll be more than that by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know? We can take on Mr. Von Karma together.
Indeed. Though I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangaroa by then. But if we're up against Mr. Von Kamm, I guess we can't rule out the possibility that this might take some time.
Right, but we'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Kamm and Mr. E. I believe in you.
We can't allow Mr. Tangaroa to remain imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I'll expose Mr. Von Kamma's lies if it's the last thing I do.
Fuck. Why is it that every freaking Ace Attorney game that I play, it just gets progressively better and better? Like, the writers don't miss.